What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to SeaWorld Productions. Scream 6, you guys. We have some big info regarding around the casting of that movie. Now, you guys, this is big, and I don't know how some of you guys will feel about this. I am very, very indifferent about it. Neve Campbell, obviously the face of the franchise since 1996 when that first Scream film hit and shocked the entire world. Went on to do Scream 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's safe to say that she has been the face of the franchise for the entire duration of this franchise. Will not be returning for Scream 6. This is huge. This will make the first Scream film not to have Sidney Prescott. And I'm not counting the MTV show. I'm not, because that was terrible. I'm talking the films. But why will she not be returning? She just released a statement, you guys. Now, it was rumored yesterday that she wouldn't be returning. She was at a convention or whatever, and she had mentioned it to a fan. But that was it. That was just a rumor. Now, as of today, this is what Neve had to say. She tells Deadline this afternoon, "Sadly, I won't be making the next Scream film." The actress continues, "As a woman, I've had to work extremely hard in my career to establish my value, especially when it comes to Scream. I felt the offer that was presented to me did not equate to the value I have brought to the franchise. It's been a very difficult decision to move on. To all my Scream fans, I love you. You've always been so incredibly supportive to me. I'm forever grateful to you and to what this franchise has given me over the past 25 years. Whoo! Okay, so it wasn't the script. A lot of fans were worried, including myself, maybe the script just isn't on par. Maybe the script is ass cheeks. That's what I was thinking. But it comes down to value and money. And I completely understand where she's coming from. She is the face of this franchise. Why wouldn't you accommodate to her? Hey, you know what? You guys are offering 3. Unfortunately, I think I'm much, much more valuable than that. Maybe we can bump it up to 6 million. Unfortunately, it's not in the budget. We can't do that. That is completely understandable. If it's coming to money and them having to understand and realize that this franchise has always been about Neve Campbell and her character. It has been. So I think it's a slap in the face that this studio couldn't accommodate to her. That's like Jamie Lee Curtis, right? Coming back for Halloween 2018 and then paying her nickels. You guarantee her salary is nice and fat. That's because the studio understands the face of the Halloween franchise isn't just about Michael Myers, because essentially anybody can put on the mask, right? You're not paying the actor. You're not. You're paying Michael Myers. But on the other side, Jamie Lee Curtis has been the face of the franchise for Halloween for how many years now? Since 1978? Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. I mean, the list goes on. So they definitely accommodate to her and what her value is and what she brings to the table. Because essentially, Jamie Lee Curtis has her own fan base, a largely vast fan base that will pay to see Jamie Lee Curtis. And then she has her Halloween fan base, which is massive and huge. Neve Campbell, too. Neve Campbell has a massive Scream fan base. She goes to cons. She goes to these conventions. People come to see Neve Campbell. People love and adore this Scream franchise. So I find it weird that, the studio couldn't accommodate to Neve. Now, you guys, like I said before, this will be the first Scream movie not to have Neve Campbell. Will this affect the box office? I definitely do believe that it will. Now, I've been a fan of this franchise since day one, since the first film, and I love Neve Campbell. Now that she won't be in it, I was already kind of hesitant because, Scream 5 definitely just didn't do it for me. I've rewatched it multiple times, you guys. I thought it was just a rehash of the original film. There was no added value whatsoever to Scream 5. That's how I personally feel. And I was like, Scream 6? Okay, not going to be taking place in Woodsboro. Okay, you know, what kind of story can they rehash? You know, and reports came out today saying that it's going to be the goriest film in the franchise. It's going to be really gory and bloody. That doesn't necessarily mean that the film is going to be good. I don't need the kills to be like, oh my God. I want a good story. I want good characters. I think that's where Halloween Kills kind of suffered, because it took its title very literally, and it got away from kind of character and story, you know? And I feel like with Halloween Ends, they really kind of dive deep to what character and story is and kind of dial back down on the kills. That's just how I feel, you guys. But man, this is crazy. I'm really curious to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on this, of Neve Campbell not returning to Scream 6 because she thinks that her value isn't going to be, you know, her value that she clearly sees and she knows is very high, especially to this particular franchise. You know, they're not seeing eye to eye on that. And I think that's a big problem on the studio's behalf, and how they're not accommodating to it, and how they're not making sacrifices to have, you know, the lead role. You know, and not even necessarily her being the lead role. Like, is she going to be, even if she did sign on, she wouldn't be the lead role. She wasn't the lead role in Scream 5. She wasn't. Yeah, it kind of tied back in. It always ties back into the original. And what happens to Gail? Because didn't Gail sign on to this film? She's going to be the only OG character. And it's just going to feel so out of place. Like, why are you in this movie? Why are you in this movie? It's going to be a brand new bunch of killers or whatever. You know, your motive is completely gone now. You know, I don't get it. I really don't understand where they're going to take this story for Scream 6, you guys. Oh, man. This is going to be very, very interesting. And I shit you not, if they even decide to be like, oh, well, we're going to kill Sydney's character off camera. Well, that's how we're going to write her out. You know, somebody found her and her family, her husband, her kids, and they killed her. I will be so pissed off that if they do something like that, a send-off. I will be so incredibly upset. And I will, in my mind, Scream 5 and 6 will no longer be canon to me. It would only be Scream 1 through 4. Because that would be so distasteful if the writers decided to do something like that. I mean, now that she's not returning, is it delayed? Does it have to go into rewrites? Do you have to write her character out? Stuff like that. But this is very interesting news, you guys. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about Neve Campbell not returning to the Scream franchise for Scream 6, slated for next year. Thoughts on your opinions. Will this ultimately hurt the box office run for Scream 6? Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.